Since the end of the Cold War with the Soviet Union in 1991, the United States became the world's sole superpower. At that time, China was still a developing country, but had already begun its path of growth through economic reforms and global trade. During the 1990s and early 2000s, relations between Washington and Beijing were marked by cooperation. China supplied cheap products to American markets, while benefiting from Western technology and investments. But over time, the picture began to change. China was no longer just the world's factory. It was rising rapidly as an economic powerhouse. By the early 2010s, China had become the world's second largest economy and launched major projects like the Belt and Road Initiative to expand its global influence. It also strengthened its military presence in the South China Sea, alarming the United States and its allies. The 2008 global financial crisis exposed weaknesses in the U.S. economy, while China emerged stronger. From that moment, Washington increasingly saw Beijing as a strategic rival. In 2018, tensions escalated sharply when President Donald Trump launched a trade war on China by imposing heavy tariffs, and China retaliated with its own measures. The rivalry soon moved beyond economics into technology. The U.S. imposed restrictions on Chinese companies like Huawei, claiming they posed national security risks. Meanwhile, China poured massive investments into artificial intelligence, 5G, and semiconductors, aiming to dominate the technological race. Then came the COVID-19 pandemic, which deepened mistrust as both countries accused each other over the virus's origins and handling. With tensions growing over Taiwan, the conflict has expanded into political and military arenas as well. Today, many analysts call this rivalry a new Cold War. It is not a direct military clash, but rather a struggle of economics, technology, and global influence, where both Washington and Beijing are fighting to shape the future world order.